Hi. So, um, I'm making this video to advise anybody who goes to um, or is considering going to Brehm Preparatory School should seriously reconsider going. Um, and I know it may look a little unprofessional and who the heck is this kid? Oh, he's just mad at his parents, whatever. But I have some stories about that school that will probably um, knock your socks off. Um, and I know a lot of other people who have worked for the school and been parents of kids who have gone to the school and kids who have gone to the school who um, would have very many more stories to tell you that would make you seriously reconsider uh, putting your school in or putting your kid in. Um, so I was diagnosed with ADD and audio processing, um, which are actually not very um, what's the word? It doesn't really affect me that much anymore. And I'm not medicated or anything. Um, so basically, um, I went to Brehm Preparatory School from the time that I was 12 until I was 17. And the reason why I left is actually probably my biggest horror story. I have many more to tell, um, but I think I'm gonna try and keep this video short. Um, so, um, for because it takes forever to load videos on YouTube. But so I'll just share this one story. But if you want to hear more stories, you can contact me. I'll have my email and whatnot in the information for the video down in the sidebar right under that little strip there. Um, so um, my the reason why I left Brehm was because I was asked not to come back. Um, the issue was that I had a suicide attempt, um, or rather, I was looking for help for to about a suicide attempt. I was contemplating suicide. I had suicidal thoughts, um, and I sought help from one of the counselors there. And one thing led to another, and I had to be evaluated to see if I could stay at Brehm because they have a policy that says that you're not allowed to stay at Brehm um, if you are having suicidal thoughts, um, or if you are deemed a danger to yourself or others. Um, so I was evaluated by one of their psychiatrists, um, and his name is Dr. Grader, and he evaluated me and said, um, first of all, the school insisted um, that Brian Brown be uh, sent to um, go to my evaluation with me, and I have no idea if any of this is legal, if I'm even allowed to be saying all this stuff, but I feel really strongly about it, and I don't want anybody to go, and go through what I had to go with. But yeah, so uh, but my parents called and said, no, we don't want Brian to go. Uh, you can't. It's a suicide evaluation. Why do you need to go? And they kept Dr. Collins and Brian Brown kept calling my house over and over again, insisting that someone needed to go. But eventually they gave up, and I went to my evaluation by myself with Dr. Grader, and he said that um, he ruled out that I was a threat to myself or others, um, which is all the school said they needed to know. So he gave that information to them, uh, and said that I could be at Brehm. Uh, I was safe, and um, but but Brehm wanted more information. They suspected that he suggested that I should take some antidepressants, which he did suggest that. He suggested that, um, and and therapy, um, but you know, Brehm wanted that information, um, but my parents didn't give him permission to get that information. So all they knew was that I was safe to be in school, which is all you do need. You can't get any information more than that. You're not legally allowed to, but they insisted um, that they get the notes from the session. So, um, uh, but um, so they insisted on that information for this incident happened in October of 2009, and they continued, no, October of 2008, and they continued to ask for that information until January 2010, and said they left a message on our answering machine saying, if you don't give us that information, we're going to withdraw Zach from the school, and Zach will have to go to a different school. Um, and so um, my parents ignored that. So after that, uh, I went and kept going to school, and later they suspended me until the end of the school year. They said I could come back, but um, that I would have to leave school for the remainder of the year. This was in April. They suspended me um, for a video actually that I posted, that my friend posted on Facebook, of me and him just having a conversation about just stupid teenage boy stuff. It was inappropriate, but it was on our Facebook, and the only reason why they saw it was because we were watching the video, and a staff member walked by. And so he suspended us for the remainder of the year. But while I was on that suspension, my parents got an email or a letter in the mail saying that I wasn't allowed back because of the suicide evaluation. So it was completely an abuse of power on Dr. Collins' part. and it was in the most shifty of ways because he um, said that I could come back the next year, and my parents already paid for the tuition, and they sent the tuition back in check form and said that you weren't allowed back. But um, so um, I know that this is a really long video, um, and it's only one story, but I have many more stories that I would be happy to share. And so if you're a parent considering Brehm as a school for your child, I would seriously reconsider, and I would seriously, um, I would talk to a lot of um, parents there, and a lot of parents who've gone. There isn't a whole lot of information about Brehm on the web, if you've noticed. And if you look at their YouTube channel, you can tell that they've disabled comments on the videos, so no one can say anything bad about them. And they're a really small school, and there's not a whole lot of people who can. Um, there's not a whole lot of people that will speak out against them because it is a small school, and it's hard to know what's going on. I think what most Brehm parents can agree on, any Brehm parent that you talk to will probably tell you that there is no communication um, from Brehm to the parents. Brehm does not communicate with uh, the parents of the students who go there. They don't give updates about their children or anything. That was one of my parents' biggest frustrations about them. Um, but yeah, you want to talk Brehm and my experience there, um, feel free to email me. I'll put my email address down. And if you want some names of other people who have gone to Brehm that have had issues, um, let me know, and I can send you some email addresses too of people who are willing to talk about that. So thanks for watching my video, and I hope you take my advice, and God bless.